Alright, so today on Firefly tips and tricks, it's things that you should be doing whenever you're building it. So, first things first, there's issues with both the barrel and the magazine tube with fitting. This part is not a tight fit at all. This part is such a tight fit that you need a hammer to get it on. However, the benefit to that is you don't need glue. This part is tight fitting enough because of the rubber gasket in there and such. And up here is so loose that it'll just fall out like this one down here. So what you're going to want to do to fix that is get yourself some black electrical tape or just electrical tape in general, the rubber stuff, and then wrap around the part maybe like 1 or 2 layers until it goes all the way around, and then you just tension fit that in. Same for up here. Alright, so the next thing you're going to want to do has to do with the extractor. What you're going to want to do is whenever you're putting it in, this spring and this extractor with this screw alone is relatively unreliable. So what you're going to want to do is get glue under the extractor in the little bed where it sits. You know how it just like kind of sinks in? Just glue everything down there, get glue in the screw hole, and then whenever you're screwing it in, make sure you hold the spring down tightly, or as tight as you can, and screw it in slowly. That way, whenever you screw it in, the glue dries the screw in place, and it dries this in place, meaning that the extractor, I don't know how well you can see it, probably not well, but the extractor does not flex in the slightest. And you see, this works beautifully, because if it didn't, how would that work? Just eject right back into itself. Anyways, so it's a feature. Just works. I don't know. It's probably the way the extractor is designed because it has the little slanted thing and then the hook. Anyways. And so, yeah, that's it on tips and tricks for building, other than the fact that with lubricants, some people I've been seeing have issues with lubricants. I use this stuff right here. I just have everything on this shelf, I swear. Alright. It's just super lube. I don't know how well you can see it. Again, white silicone. No, not white silicone. Fudge. Just silicone lubricating grease. That's all it is. Nothing special. And it's really good for plunger tubes and stuff like that. However, you can use it for triggers and catch mechanisms and stuff. However, I recommend using white lithium for that. Do not use white lithium in your plunger tube, as it's just not as smooth or good. Any moving parts, you want to lather up in your lube so it's all nice and smooth and buttery. And it's always going to have that last little issue right here where it's like a bump. There's nothing you're going to be able to do to take care of the bump at the end. That just has to do with the shell lifter. That's it for, well, actually, that's not it, sorry. But the grip up here, if you have this in place and you don't want to take it apart, the grip is designed in a way where you can unscrew this side. Well, this side, because, it's the only side that has screws. Anyways, you can unscrew this side and just pull both sides off, as long as, this side, or at least this piece is unscrewed. Because this metal bar can just sit on here, and then you can just pull these 2 pieces off. And then you can take the gun apart and have the whole barrel assembly minus the pump grip just in one piece. Or if you wanted the pump grip, you could even just leave it up there if you wanted to. It'd be hard to get off though, because this, even while it's in the most forward position, will still overhang onto it. And that's going to do it, this time for real, Firefly tips and tricks. You're welcome.